I've really been looking forward to getting my feet into the shoes that just arrived here today. With the great deals available now, I just had to pick up a pair. And believe it or not, this is the first pair of shoes I've ever owned from Adidas. Adidas, tomato, tomato. Let's get this box open. Wow, there they are in a beautiful signal coral colorway. It's an amazing neon pink. Yes, folks, it's the Adidas SL20. Originally released in spring of 2020, this shoe has found a place in many runners' shoe rotations as a light tempo day shoe or a track interval option. My favorite shoes in this category already include shoes like the Skechers Go Run Razor 3, the Hoka Rincon, and the Saucony Kinvara. Very stiff competition, so let's check the specs on these shoes, get them laced up, and get them on the road for another DevRunner shoe review. The Adidas SL20 offers a light and bouncy ride, perfect for picking up the pace. The upper of the shoe consists of a double-layer engineered mesh. Plastic overlays in the midfoot and heel counter help to maintain structure and lockdown. The footbed of the shoe is easily removed. The midsole of the shoe is 100% Lightstrike, a lightweight midsole compound that adds responsiveness. With 24 millimeters of stack height in the heel and 14 millimeters in the forefoot, the SL20 sports a 10 millimeter drop. The midfoot torsion system uses a thermoplastic unit to reduce energy-sapping movement in your stride and add a springy sensation at toe-off. The Stretchweb Outsole protects the heel area from wear while maintaining flexibility, while Continental Rubber in the forefoot promises increased traction in both dry and wet conditions. My pair of size 9s weighed in at 7.9 ounces. Alright everyone, I've got my Adidas SL20s laced up. I'm ready to go here at the park for a quick 6 miles. I'll probably start off a little slower and then get my pace higher and higher as I go. It seems like these shoes are built for speed, so let's put them through their paces. Here we go. All right, everyone, I'm about 3 miles into my run now. Just started to pick up my pace about a mile ago. I've got to say, my first impressions of the shoe are quite favorable. First thing I notice is that the upper is nice and snug. Now keep in mind, I bought these in a size 9, and I normally buy either an 8.5 or a 9 in a running shoe. And if I had gone with an 8.5, these shoes would be too small for me. In a 9, it's a snug yet comfortable fit. If you've watched any of my other shoe reviews, you know that when it comes to a tempo shoe, I like that snug fit. I like to feel like I'm locked in. And this shoe in a size 9 for me provides exactly the feel that I like. My heel is locked in and my forefoot feels secure. I think that has a lot to do with the fact that there are some light plastic reinforcements on either side of the midfoot, on the medial and lateral side. And it's also quite thick around the heel cup. And I'm being held very, very securely. No heel slippage whatsoever. There is adequate padding around the collar of the shoe all the way around, and I'm finding it quite comfortable. It's not super plush, but it's not minimal. It strikes a nice balance. So, around the front of the collar, the tongue is very light. It's really just made up of a double layer of the upper mesh with some kind of suede feel foam around the edges. And it does have an eyelet that the laces run through to hold them securely. The tongue itself is gusseted, but it's gusseted lower down on the tongue. It doesn't come all the way up to the top. But I haven't experienced a slip of the tongue so far, thanks to that eyelet and the lower gusseting. The laces of the shoe are very thick. It feels like a thick nylon. They have no give, no stretch. And I double knot my shoes. And it pretty much used up all of the laces to accomplish that. Not a bad thing, not a good thing. I think it might have become an issue if I had to use the runner's knot to secure the shoe down. But I really doubt anybody's going to need a runner's knot with these shoes because they're such a snug fit. The upper is like a single piece of double layer mesh. It's breathable enough. It definitely feels a little thick when you compare it to some of the other shoes in this category. But again, I think that contributes to the secure feeling that I get as I run. I do feel air moving through the shoe, so it's not like they're overly hot or anything. They're just not on the upper end of the breathability scale. The footbed of the shoe is made up of a thin foam material that definitely adds to the comfort and adds a little spring to the response of the shoe as well on each footfall. The midsole of the Adidas SL20 is 100% Lightstrike foam. I would call it responsive, mildly firm, but just enough forgiveness that you don't have to worry about an errant foot strike. If you come down on your heel, you're not going to regret it. It definitely helps you out. And in the thicker portions of that midsole, you can feel the spring even more. With 24 millimeters of stack height in the rear of the shoe and 14 in the front, you might think you feel the ground just a little too much as you're running forefoot or midfoot, but that's not the case. It's really a comfortable, fun ride. I feel really well protected. I can feel it absorbing the shock with every step. There's just a little bit of spring in there. In addition to that firm performance feel from the Lightstrike midsole, I think that's added to by the torsion plate that's at the bottom of the midsole that you can see exposed in the outsole of the shoe. But it is not stiffer in a negative way. It actually feels kind of snappy. It kind of reminds me of a carbon plated shoe, but much less stiff. It's kind of fun to feel it snapping back with each step. The outsole of this shoe is dominated by a web of Continental Rubber in the forefoot. That really feels super secure. I've been running on tarmac, on grass, on dirt, on loose gravel, and this shoe just won't give way. It just feels really good, really secure, so you can concentrate on your run, not trying to stay upright. So my final thoughts on the Adidas SL20, I think it's a great tempo day shoe. It's a lot of fun to run in. It's nice and firm. There are lighter, springier shoes on the market in this category, but great shoe. As an introduction to the Adidas brand, I've got to say I'm impressed. Good stuff. And at this price point, you really can't go wrong. So I definitely recommend this shoe for anybody who wants to pick up the pace and save a few dollars too. As always, if you're enjoying my content, please give this video a like. Please drop a comment below. I'd love to know your thoughts on this shoe and anything else running. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ding that notification bell so you know every time I drop a new video. All right, people. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. As always, get healthy, stay strong, and keep pushing. Peace out.